Good morning, everyone. This is Isaac with the wow moment, our words of wisdom. You can hear that music in the background, right? You know how I got to start this day off. Have a little fun, have the energy coming up. And for us older people, have us reminisce back to the day of where we have some great music out there. All right, so today, our words of wisdom is going to go over indecision. Hey, on my way to work today, as you guys know, I like to take things that are happening in my life as they happen and go ahead and see if I can apply a life lesson to it. Well, on my way to work today, traffic was up a little bit. A lot of cars going by, going the speed limit, and there's this squirrel that's in the front, right? People are moving left to right to get away from the squirrel. The squirrel is looking like Eric Dickerson. Okay, some of you guys may not know that. How about OJ? Well, that's not a good one. You guys are probably remembering him for the wrong reason. Emmett Smith. How about that? Anyway, the squirrel's in the middle of the road and it's dodging left. It's dodging right. I mean, I'm impressed with this squirrel. But then all of a sudden it's my turn and the squirrel doesn't move and boom. The squirrel is no more and I feel bad. But then I realize it's not my fault. The squirrel cannot make a decision. That indecision cost that squirrel its life. Now, here's the life lesson that I take out of that. For a moment, the squirrel was successful living in the pattern that it was accustomed to. Going left, going right, going left, going right. That got it away from danger for a moment. But because he didn't implement a plan, and with that plan had proper training to execute that plan, that indecisiveness finally caught up with him and cost him dearly. How are you making it through your day, through your week, your month, and the year? Do you have a plan, or are you just dodging left to right and maybe getting some type of results now, but eventually that indecisiveness, that indecision can cost you? So what I want you guys to do today is go ahead and develop a plan for what you're going to accomplish and then break that down. How are you going to do it throughout the quarter? How are you going to do that? Then breaking it down towards hourly. And what I mean quarterly is take up your work day. If you're working 9 hours, then take the first 3 hours. What do you need to do? What are you going to do the second 3 hours? What are you going to do the third 3 hours? Here's why. Sometimes as a business owner, we're letting the business control us instead of us controlling the business. So we go into work knowing we have 1,000 things we need to do. But then when we get in there, we hit each one up with a little bit of work. At the end of the day, we look at everything and see we've accomplished nothing because we didn't have a plan set on starting and finishing something instead of jumping from one thing to the next to the next. Hey, that's the same thing in our relationships. That's the same thing in business. So it's the same thing in our personal lives. So we got to look at those things and try to develop a plan that will help us to get from point A to point B effectively, not just treading water, getting by now, but the end result still being we're going to drown. So don't let your indecision be based upon lack of planning and lack of training. You can have a plan, but if you don't have training in how to execute that plan, you're still just treading that water, right? So that's the great thing about what the military did for me and what the police department did for me. It helped me to learn to develop a plan. We had to go through different types of training on how to enter a building, how to exit a building, how to clear a building, how to search for someone, how to fire that weapon, how to clear that weapon, etc. By having that training, it then allowed us to then develop a plan so we can go ahead and execute that plan. And should that plan not be a successful one, we learn then how to revise that plan. Okay, so guys, again, don't let indecisiveness, don't let indecision be the thing that brings you down. Have a plan, execute that plan, complete that plan, revise that plan, complete the mission. All right. If you have any questions, as usual, give me a call and I can get in depth with this as to what I'm talking about. But this is just our quick wow words of wisdom moment. And hey, Mr. Squirrel, wherever you are, man, I apologize. But next time, break left, stay left. Break right, stay right. But if you jump one way and jump the other, that just means you're staying in the middle of the road. And when you stay middle of the road, that means you are not committed to anything. And when you're not committed to anything, something tragic's going to happen. Don't let it be you. Take care, guys. I'm back to listening to my music. Or not. Have a good day. Bye.